Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. If it's your first time here, welcome and thanks for clicking on this video. So today, if you haven't already watched the first part of this vlog, you should. It's going to be linked down below. And this is the back nine here at Twin Creeks Country Club, and I should state that it's in Austin because apparently there's more than one, and we're going to go and see how many under par we can play today. So I think I shot 4 under the front 9, and on the back 9 here there's a few more challenging holes, a bit more narrow, but also they're a lot shorter. So it's not a lot shorter, but you have the potential to be able to go for greens on some par 4s. So let's see what we can do. So I actually almost ran out of fairway. I definitely should have gone more towards the right side of this fairway. I didn't know that I was going to run out of fairway, and now I got a little bit of a difficult shot because it is over a bunker and I've got to control the trajectory because I've got a tree on top of me and it's 57 yards. So as you can see here, not the easiest, but that is exactly why I want to play offshore the tees today. Well, I told you that was going to be a tough shot. I just ended up hitting that tree. If not, I think it would have been perfect. But let's see if we can still get a par from there. Well, this hole is going to be fun because now I have the option to be super aggressive or a little less aggressive. I think I'm going to go right in between. Well, I think I actually should have been more aggressive because now I have a little bit of I have to hit a fade basically on an uphill lie, but also it's a par 5. I'm going for 2-1, so I just have to get it as close as I can. It's not a long shot. It's only 166 to the pin, so I don't really have to do anything crazy. But obviously if I cut more, I would have even shorter and I would have an easier shot into the green. But as I said, it's a par 5, so So I actually hit a really good shot there. It seems like it got an unlucky bounce because he was fading, but it kicked left. But I'm there in 2, so we will see where it is. Find the ball and hit it again. Good speed though. Now this is one of those holes where if the pin was in front, even though I'm like trying to get as close as possible, I definitely in no instance would hit a driver because it would be so hard to stop the ball. You would just have the most awkward distance and there's just absolutely no point in doing that. But since the pin is behind today, I can actually be a bit more aggressive. So we hit the driver and we've got 60 yards to the hole. So for the distance on this hole, I actually was aiming to not hit the fairway, and it's going to be a tough chip, but that was my only option unless I wanted to lay up, but we didn't come here to lay up. So as you can see, the distance that I hit, you see I'm in the rough right now, like I'm over there. that's the green, I'm basically almost the same line as the green. But if I were to hit it on the fairway, that bunker comes into play. And everything that you hit here, which is a much more narrow fairway than if I were to aim here, will kick here anyway. So there was really no difference. And there's no point of me trying to hit a really small fairway when I have this big of a fairway. So even though it's not a fairway, I'm still chipping. I'm going for the green in 2 with a chip shot. So for this hole, it's just one of the things where it's too short that I have to not aim for the fairway. But I still got a good shot to the greens. So that green was just impossible to hold from the rough. If I were to play this again, I would just play it short, like way short, and just get myself a full shot into the green. That was just impossible to stop, and as you can see from where I was, I basically hit the perfect chip because it was a downhill release lie. I couldn't get spin out of it. It was in the rough. So yeah, that's why you don't hit over on this golf course. So this hole, even though it's a par 5 and even though you can hit 2-1 from the front tees, the drive is so difficult. Like I had to basically hit a perfect shot just to get in the fairway because it's such a small fairway and everything kicks from left to right and the right side's a hazard. So I almost went in the hazard. I just really lucky to have stayed up. So yeah, like I said just now, well, in my previous vlog, I guess. I don't think I said it in this vlog. But shorter does not mean easier.
You're welcome to play through if you want.
You're fine, take your time.
Okay.
Thank you. So I basically hit like a perfect 5-wood there, and I even tried to fade it just so that it would land softer, and there's just no way to hold that green. But like I said, the only good thing about that hole being shorter is that I could go for the green too. But again, as you could tell, the tee shot was very difficult, and if I were playing a tournament, I definitely would not be hitting a driver because that was just the most narrow part of the fairway. So yeah, and it's always a risk reward, you know, kind of thing with shorter par 5s, but glad I got a good shot in. Glad I got two good shots in just to make a birdie. But yeah, let's move on to the next one. So I think that was the worst shot of the day, an 8-iron, and I didn't even hit the green. Not because I didn't hit the green, but because it was just not very solid. And I think part of that was because there's a 1 ball waiting for me behind and there's a 4 ball in front, so I can't really go anywhere right now. But what I'm saying by this is that, you know, it's very easy for you to get your tempo off when you have to wait for people all the time. This is something that you just have to learn to practice. I personally hate it when people are waiting behind me, but you know, it's just something that obviously in a tournament I would give myself more time, but over there I was just like, oh my gosh, like I have to go, and I hit a bad shot because of that. So just being aware of this, being aware of your timing, your tempo, that's the most important thing in golf. Okay, so that was a really bad tee shot, and I think if you can notice a trend here, people on the tee box were coming and I was waiting for like 20 minutes because I had to wait for the green to clear. So I ended up in like short. Actually, if I hit a good tee shot there, I could have gone for the green, like I could have gotten on the green. So I think what I'm learning is rushing is making me hit bad shots. Wow, I'm sure you guys didn't know that that would happen. So again, another short par 4. I'm hitting 3 woods for these 2 par 4s because I feel like the driver is going to go over, and like I said before, over the green is not really where you want to go on this course, because when I tee off from the back tees, I could almost reach the green with the driver, so I don't think there's any point hitting the driver, even though it's like 300 yards. So I'm gonna hit 3 wood here and just hope that it gets a good bounce, and yeah, just let the course naturally take it rather than trying to hit it on the green and bounce over and lose my ball. So even though I could have hit a driver because the 3 wood didn't get there, it's one of those things where, see, if a little bit more, it would have kicked down that slope and it would have been like next to the green. And like I said, if I hit the driver, there is a big chance it's gonna go over. And I don't know if you can tell, but look behind the green. That is not where you want to go. Well, I'm not gonna lie, I thought I was gonna have easier birdies on those 2 holes. But like I said, that's the kind of shots that I'm working on, that I want to work on. So it's perfect practice. I didn't hit it as close as I wanted to on those holes, but I made the putt. So yeah, I want to actually work on hitting it closer. But I really like the distances that I'm putting myself at. I think this is a great practice distance, because those are the distance that you need to dial in, give yourself the putt, which I did do. I gave myself a putt which I could make, and I made it. So that's why I made the birdies. But yeah, I think overall this is a really great practice. And you know, I don't know what yellow tees are on your golf course. This is basically the second tee box from the front. You can honestly choose whichever tee box you want to play off. As you guys know, if you guys have been following this channel, I am not a person that assigns gender and tee box to the same idea. Like, I don't understand how that even works. But just play whichever tee box you want, mix it up, play a different tee box every day. So this is a super odd hole because it's 122 yards, so it's really short, but it is really downhill, and I don't have a Bushnell or a rangefinder that has slope. I'm gonna play it about, I think, 100 yards, maybe 95. Yay! Birdie to finish. So I know today's round is not really the best example of like shorter tee box means it's easier, because I did shoot a good score. But like, I think you can see, I had to think more about what I wanted to do. I had to be more deliberate. You know, it was not just hitting drivers on every single hole. It's planning your way around a golf course more. And even today's round, I tried to be more like aggressive in a sense, because I wanted to have those odd shots, the odd shots that I normally would not practice, like those in between distances and stuff like that. Like I said, on a few holes, there's a few holes that I just would not have hit a driver because there was no point. It left myself in that odd distance, but because I wanted to practice those odd distances today, and I think I did pretty well with them, that's why I hit driver on those holes. But yeah, I think it is a good practice. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss an episode of Golf with Jen.